I believe that ZBCN is in a prime position. Now, even though nothing I say is financial advice, the way to take a look at it is that even besides 10 cents being my price target for this bull run, the reason why I think it's in a prime position as of right now is due to the fact that we have to take a look at how, even still, despite the pretty good recovery that we see as of right now when it comes to ZBCN, it's still, relatively speaking, kind of a small project. Now, is this a bad thing? I don't think so, because it's in a good position where if there's, let's say, good news, if there's, let's say, anything positive about this, it could really just elevate ZBCN to a very good level. Unlike something like, for instance, Ripple or Stellar. It's very hard to kind of have news about Ripple and Stellar, especially as of right now moving forward. That's really going to, blow someone's hairs back, and be like, oh, wow, that's crazy news. It's very difficult to gain something like that, especially when it comes to Ripple and Stellar this time around. And I think, if anything, it's not a bad thing. It just showcases how well they are doing, to the point that people kind of already assume that, good things are going to be coming from that, and that's not going to be something that's really exciting. But then on the flip side, if you take a look at Zebec, because it's still relatively an up-and-coming project, it's in this good position where, if there's good news, it could really just, affect ZBCN in a positive way. And the thing is this, something like ZBCN, despite not being a multi-billion-dollar market cap project, it has been known to, pick up with the market when it's doing pretty good. Take a look at as of right now. Some other projects out there, they're kind of lagging behind. But really, if we take a look at ZBCN, you know what? It's somewhat going along with the ride, really. And I think that's a good thing, because it showcases that, maybe when the market is doing good, and let's say if it does a lot better, it's not a forgotten about type of project. It has been known that, some of the volume, some of the capital, some of the attention does flow into ZBCN to a certain extent. Not fully, right? Because, of course, we take a look at the market leader, something like, XRP, with a market cap that is well beyond $100 billion, not even 1% of that, market cap is even in here, right? So I can't really say ZBCN has that much attention, but it has pretty good attention, and I do like that. And some people out there seem to think that, oh, wow, man, Zebec, it's kind of like a watered-down version of Ripple and Stellar. Well, maybe a little bit, yeah, but who cares, because the way we take a look at it is that this is something that sometimes people care about. Like, for instance, does anyone really care that Pepe is a watered-down version of Shiba Inu and Dogecoin? No, they don't really care. They still believe in it anyways. Not every single person, but you know what? There's some attention there. And when I take a look at something like Zebec, it's focused on pretty much the exact same markets as Ripple and Stellar. Sure, it doesn't have the fans, doesn't have the hype, doesn't have the exchange listings to that degree, but sometimes people do like it, because not every single person is going to automatically want to enter into random dinosaurs, right? Some people seem to think that XRP and XLM are dinosaurs, and they feel like, oh man, the best days are behind them. A little bit, maybe, in a sense, but you know what? When it comes to ZBCN, it feels like the best days are actually ahead, at least to me, because 10 cents is around a 50x from here. And I do like that, because it showcases that, ZBCN still has that room for growth, at least hypothetically. Doesn't mean it won't do that, but I do like that. Not to mention, what I do like about Zebec is the fact that it's not this type of project that is overly complicated with random knickknacks and all this that makes it very, difficult to understand. Because if we take a look at Zebec, it's a very simple and easy to understand project. Again, the Zebec network is allegedly a decentralized infrastructure network for real-world value flows. Basically, very fancy way of saying how it's focused on RWAs, and more specifically RWA payments. RWA stands for real world asset, and RWA tokens are, for instance, in sectors that could be, for example, right, in places like real estate, bonds, commodity stocks, and they are digital representations of physical assets on the blockchain. Again, RWA tokens. So that's cool and very interesting. Not to mention, Zebec is focused on AI-based PayFi, or AI-based payment finance, I should say. That's really amazing. People love AI. They love payments. They love finance. That's a good combination. Not to mention as well, Zebec has investors like Circle, which is the creator of USDC, and also Solana Ventures. I mean, really, if I take a look at Zebec in a snapshot like that, right, in a very simple form, that's a very no-brainer pick for me, really, when it comes to a project. Relatively speaking, low market cap, focused on good aspects, and it's a very polished project in a sense that it doesn't need to really have much to gain attention during a fully fledged bull run because exchange listings are there, the community is there. Again, the fundamentals are there. All it really needs to do now is wait for the market to do very well, which hypothetically all directions, or should I say all signs, are maybe indicating that that could very well be the case, especially moving forward. And maybe even entering into Q4 of this year, we could very well maybe see a very good recovery. Who knows? But all signs seem to be indicating that that could very well be the case. So when it comes to ZBCN, all it really needs to do now is wait for liftoff. And when XRP really starts picking up in a massive way, once XLM really picks up in a massive way, something like ZBCN, I think could very well go along with the ride. But the crazy thing is that really, even just slightly bullish news could really affect ZBCN in a good way due to its relatively kind of low market cap status. But I don't mind that because I think that's actually a good thing. And all I gotta do right now is stay patient, accumulate, hold, and I just wait. That's it. And just wait for the markets to pick up. It's going to pick up when it wants to pick up, but I'm going to prepare myself for that by accumulating more, again, holding and just waiting because that's the only thing I can control. Again, going to a market cap of around $7.5 billion, considering current circulating supply, doesn't seem that difficult to achieve, especially XRP as of right now, considering how it has a market cap of over $100 billion, and we're not even in a fully fledged bull run yet. Again, during a fully fledged bull run, something like ZBCN, achieving a glimpse of what XRP is as of right now, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Mali the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm a peace. Bye.